Well, we did it. We're at the end. We've been travelling 364 days at the date of release of this video on the 30th of December 2022. And we've been going through this book every day for nearly a year. And this is our last reflection. 52 of them. You'll find them all on YouTube under the playlist Choose Life that you can go back and watch again and again and again. And today I want to really draw us to Simon's very last reflection on the 31st of December, backwards or forwards. And he uses this scripture from 2 Timothy 4:7, and it reads, "I have fought the good fight, I have run the race, I've kept the faith." Simon talks about Paul, who's in prison at this time and sensing that he's soon to die, reflecting back very positively on his life. And then soon in the next verse he reflects forward in the things that are to come. And it's not wrong to take stock of one's life at these milestone moments in the year, and certainly the 31st of December is one of those. How's your year been? It's been a tough year, hasn't it? Although if I think about it, we say that most years. But certainly 2022 has seen some real global challenges on a scale that we've not really known for a long time. How's your spiritual fight been? Have you taken some blows? A black eye? A cut lip? Were you flawed once or twice? But don't forget, you got up. You got up. How's your race been? Has it had some starts and stops? Did you need to pull in for a tyre change, an oil change? Did you break down and pause for a while? Did you get lost along the route? But you're back on the race now. How's your faith been? Sometimes it felt like it was so small, so tiny, you had to really search to find it. Or there were other moments where it felt so big, it was just right there. How's your year been? Don't forget, you have kept that faith. No matter what it has looked like, you have kept that faith. Be encouraged as our winding path goes each year. As you look back at your most difficult times, I am sure, in fact, I know you will see that time when God was the closest. You may not always have felt it, but in that moment when you needed him the most, he was right there. He is with you always. And Simon, I just need to find it, I closed it again, and Simon quotes something from Louise Haskins, who had penned this. This is about looking forward. "I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, 'Give me a light that I may tread safely into the unknown.' And he replied, 'Go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be to you better than light and safer than a known way.'" Simon tells us that King George VI used that phrase in his 1939 Christmas message to the British Empire right during World War II, as more and more countries were being embroiled in that battle. Certainly not to that same extent, but we really sense that God is calling Solihull Christian Fellowship to walk an unknown path, to forego the known way. And if we use this story as an analogy, not to ask for a light to shine our way, although there are lots of examples in the Bible where that is good and right, but to actually reach out our hand, put our hand in God's hand, and let him lead the way. I find lots of examples in Scripture where Jesus asked his disciples to do that. And he said to Simon and Peter, "Come, follow me." And immediately they dropped their nets and followed him. Where were they going? Jesus didn't say. What would they be doing? I don't know, something like fishers of men. How long would they go for? He didn't say either. And that can be concerning, that can be alarming, that can be exciting, that can be adventurous, when our hand is placed securely and firmly in the hand of Jesus. It doesn't mean we don't plan or have plans, but that we plan to facilitate the journey, not to determine the destination. We allow God to lead us and guide us. Earlier on this year, we were talking as elders. Martin was with us as well, and one of us just commented that they were very happy to be alongside the coach driver. The picture was of a horse and coach. Very happy being alongside the coach driver, looking out of the way. But actually, would we be willing to be a horse with a bit in our mouths, simply being pointed in the right direction? And while I'm not suggesting we should all be horses with bits in our mouths, that's that same view. When my child, of which I have 4, when they were young, and I felt as dad, I felt their hands slip into mine, they went wherever I led them. They sometimes didn't know where we were going, out for a walk, a trip where we'd not explained the destination, but they knew if they held Dad's hand, it would be okay. I want to ask you, church, right at the end of 2022, as we move into 23, are you willing to walk that unknown path, simply holding the hand of Jesus? Are we as a church willing to walk that unknown path, planning for the journey, not for the destination, with its highs and lows, with its excitement and thrills, while our hand is firmly placed in the hand of Jesus? Church, this has been challenging. There's been some real challenging things each day as we've travelled through this together. And I want to encourage us this year in 2023, let's choose to walk that unknown path together with Jesus. Have a great year, church.